Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Gadjana Ranjana. 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 Yamunatira Vanatari. Yamunatira Vanatari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka-charya Astutora Shita Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka-charya Astutora Shita Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Prem Sakaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasti Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai. Shri Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Vallabha Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasa Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. A reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 1, chapters entitled The Manus, Administrators of the Universe. Today we are reading text number 13. Please repeat after me. Sa Vishvakaya Purahata Ishaha. Actually, excuse me, if there's an aspirated H at the end of the first line, it's not aha, it's just normal. It's only the second and fourth line that the aspirated H gets the aha, so that it's Isha. Let's try it again. Sa Vishvakaya Purahuta Isha. Satya Swayam Jyotir Aja Puranaha. Satya Swayam Jyotir Aja Puranaha. Datesya Janma Jajayatma Shaktya. Datesya Janma Jajayatma Saktya. Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste. Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste. Sa Vishvakaya Purahuta Isha. Satya Swayam Jyotir Aja Puranaha. Datesya Janma Jajayatma Shaktya. Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste. Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste. Sa Vishvakaya Purahuta Isha. Satya Swayam Jyotir Aja Puranaha. Datesya Janma Jayatma Shaktya. Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste. Please chant. Sa Vishvakaya Purahuta Isha. Satya Swayam Jyotir Puranaha. Datesya Janma Jajayatma Shaktya. Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste. Savishvakaya Purahuta Isha Satya Swayam Jyotir Ajapuranaha Tatesya Janma Jayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste Savishvakaya Purahuta Isha Satya Swayam Jyotiraja Puranaha Datesya Janma Jayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste Savishvakaya Purahuta Isha Satya Swayam Jyotiraja Puranaha Datesya Janma Jajayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Niriha Aste Savishvakaya Purahuta Isha Satya Swayam Jyotiraja Puranaha Date Swajanma Jayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Nariha Aste Vaishnavis Savishvakaya Purahuta Isha Satya Swayam Jyotiraja Puranaha Date Sajanma Jajayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Nariha Aste Savishvakaya Purahuta Isha Satyam Swayam Jyotiraja Puranaha Date Swajanma Jayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Nariha Aste Savishvakaya Puruhuta Isha Satyam Swayam Jyotiraja Puranaha Date Swajanma Jadayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyayo Dasya Nariha Aste Saha. That Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishvakayaha. The total form of the universe. The whole universe is the external body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Puruhutaha, known by so many names Ishaha, the Supreme Controller, with full power. Satyaha, the ultimate truth. Svayam, personally. Jyotihi, self-effulgent. Achaha, unborn, beginningless. Puranaha, the oldest. Date, he performs. Asya, of this universe. Janma Adi, the creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Ajaya, by his external energy. Atma Shaktya, by his personal potency. Tam, that external material energy. Vidyaya, by his spiritual potency. Udasya, giving up. Narihaha, without any desire or activity. Aste, he is existing, untouched by the material energy. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charnaravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The entire cosmic manifestation is the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, who has millions of names and unlimited potencies. He is self-effulgent, unborn, and changeless. He is the beginning of everything, but he has no beginning. Because he has created this cosmic manifestation by his external energy, the universe appears to be created, maintained, and annihilated by him. Nonetheless, he remains inactive in his spiritual energy and is untouched by the activities of the material energy. Purport. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu says in his Shikshastika, Nam Nam Kari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has many names which are all non-different from the Supreme Person. This is spiritual existence. By chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, consisting of names of the Supreme Lord, we find that the name has all the potencies of the person. The Lord's activities are many, and according to his activities, he has many names. He appears as the son of Mother Yashoda, and also as the son of Mother Devaki, and therefore he is named Devaki Nandana and Yashoda Nandana. Parasya Shaktir Vivadaiva Shruyate. The Lord has a multitude of energies, and therefore he acts in multifarious ways. Yet he has a particular name. The Shastras recommend which names we should chant, such as Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is not that we have to search for some name or manufacture one. Rather, we must follow the saintly persons and the Shastras in chanting his holy name. Although the material and spiritual energies both belong to the Lord, he is impossible to understand as long as we are in the material energy. And when we come to the spiritual energy, he is very easy to know. As stated in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 1.7.23, Mayam Vyudasya Chit Chaktya Kaivalaye Stita Atmani. Although the external energy belongs to the Lord, when one is in the external energy, Mama Maya Duratya, he is very difficult to understand. However, when one comes to the spiritual energy, one can understand him. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita 18.55, it is said, Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyaschasmi tattvataha. One who wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead in reality must take to the platform of bhakti or Krishna consciousness. This bhakti consists of various activities: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. And to understand the Lord, one must take to this path of devotional service. Even though the people of the world have forgotten God and may say that God is dead, this is not a fact. One can understand God when one takes to the Krishna consciousness movement, and thus one can be happy. Savishvakaya Purahuta Ishaha Satya Swayam Jyotir Aja Puranaha Datesya Janmaj Ajayatma Shaktya Tam Vidyaya Dasya Niriha Aste. Om Jnana Tramandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Caitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Dena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So it is my great honor and pleasure to be here this morning in ISKCON Melbourne, Shri Radhavallabha Mandir. Before I begin to speak, I seek the blessings of all the devotees that are present here today, that I can speak for my own purification and something of value from Srila Prabhupada's teachings and the teachings of our beloved Acharyas. So everyone, please give me your blessings. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we're reading today from the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 1, chapters entitled The Manus, Administrators of the Universe. And today we're reading from text number 13. In the previous section we heard about the different dynasties of Swayambhuva Manu and others, and now we're continuing and about to discuss further Manus. In this beginning section of the first chapter of the 8th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, we hear how Shukadeva Goswami is continuing to share the message of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam with Parikshit Maharaj. And just like Bhagavad Gita is spoken to Arjuna, and it's not just meant for Arjuna, it's meant for all of us. So similarly, Shukadeva Goswami speaking with Maharaj Parikshit, it's not just meant for him, it's meant for all of us. And we can benefit from this. And the entire society will benefit from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. As Lord Krishna departed from this world 5,000 years ago, and then Dharma is maintained in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So similarly, the message of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam can permeate the society at large and create a revolution in the impious civilization, as is mentioned in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam itself. Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo. Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo. Yasmin pratishlokam abhavatya api. Tasmin pratishlokam bhavatya api. Namani anantasya yashon kintaniyad. Namani anantasya yashon kintaniyad. Shrinvanti gayanti grananti sadhavaha. Shrinvanti gayanti grananti sadhavaha. Now this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Tadvag, these words, Tadvag visargo, Janataga, of the jana, of the people of this society, Viplavo, Viplavaha. Viplavo means a revolution. These words will create a revolution in society. Tadvag visargo, Janataga, Viplavo. Yasmin pratishlokam abhavatyapi. That all of the shlokas, all of the words in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, they contain Namari anantasya yashon kintaniyat. They contain the name, the form, the pastimes, the paraphernalia, the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus these qualities and everything about the Lord is transcendental. And when we come in contact with the transcendental aspects of the Lord, then we become spiritualized. Sometimes devotees ask me, how can I help my family members who are not interested in Krishna consciousness? So then we encourage them, somehow let them come in contact with the Lord, with His name, maybe play some bhajans if they don't mind, with the pastimes, maybe share some stories, with the qualities, or at least prasadam. That's our secret weapon. ISKCON bullets, Golubshamans. So this is very powerful, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in the, I believe it's the 11th chapter, not 11th chapter, 3rd chapter, text 11. He says that Yagyashishtasana Shanto, Yagyashishtasana Shanto, Munchante Sarva Kilbishe, Munchante Sarva Kilbishe, Munchante Te Twamagam Papa, Munchante Te Twamagam Papa, Ye Pachantyatma Karanat, Ye Pachantyatma. That the devotees of the Lord are free from all kinds of sin because they only take food that is offered for sacrifice. Others who take food just for sense gratification verily eat only sin, right? They only eat sin. But those who take yagya shishta, that food that has been offered to Krishna, it has the full potency of Krishna, and Prabhupada uses the expression Krishnized. That food becomes Krishnized, and by honoring that prasadam, we become Krishnized. We can eat our way back to Godhead. So namani anantasya yashon kintani yat. Somehow, having the residents of the society come in contact with Krishna. Shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadhavaha. This message of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is heard, sung, and fully accepted by all men who are thoroughly honest. So this is the wonderful nature of the Lord, that He has all potencies. As Srila Prabhupada quotes in the purport, this verse, where is it? Oh, it's here. Parasya Shaktir Vivadaiva Shruyate. The Lord has a multitude of energies and He acts in various ways. So many energies are there of the Lord, and we just have to come in contact with them, because the Lord is the greatest. And this section of the Bhagavatam speaks about how great is the Lord. So this is a yes or no question for you. Is the Lord great? Yes. Now, how great is the Lord is an unending question. And this verse today continues to discuss how great the Lord is. Yesterday we heard how the Lord has no beginning, no middle, and no end. He is anantasya. We quoted the verse, Natvam evaham jatu nasam, Natvam evaham jatu nasam, Natvam neme janadi baha, Nacha neme janadi, Nachainam cha bhavishamaha, Sarve vayam ataparam. The Lord says, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor any of these kings, nor will there ever be a time when any of us ceases to be. So the Lord is eternal. And this is one of the greatnesses of the Lord. And today, in today's verse, we will continue to hear about how great is the Lord. So it's like is the Lord great? Yes. How great is He? And now we're going to hear more about how great is Krishna. So, Savishya Kaya Purahuta Ishaha. That the entire cosmic manifestation is the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, who has millions of names and unlimited potencies. How many names do you have? Like if I look on my passport, there's like 3 names there. My first name, my middle name, my family name. That's 3. And then I had my first initiated name, and then that was Ekalavya Das, now I have my sannyas name, Sri Krishna Caitanya Swami. Then a few people may call me some bad names because they don't like me. That's perfectly natural. So maybe about 10 names. But Krishna has unlimited names. And they all describe his wonderful qualities and his wonderful pastimes. And all of Krishna's names are fully imbibed with all of Krishna's energies that Srila Prabhupada quotes in the purport today. Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatra pitani amitas smarane nakala etadvishita vakripa bhagavan mamapi Dordeva midvishamiha janinanuragaha. That, oh my Lord, your names are just have unlimited potencies, and you have beautiful names like Krishna and Govinda, but unfortunately I have no attraction for them. So the name Krishna means all attractive, and Govinda, Go can mean cows, and Vinda means pleasure. So one who gives pleasure to the cows. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. 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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Do you like to chant? Because chanting gives pleasure to the senses, transcendental pleasure. And this is another meaning of Govinda. Go means senses, and Vinda means giving pleasure. Like you've heard about Goswamis. They're in control of their their senses. Their senses are not going away. They're Goswamis. Their senses are staying under control. So Govinda is a name for Krishna. It means one who gives pleasure to the cows and one who gives pleasure to the senses. So this process of chanting is so important because it gives us realization that Krishna is Govinda. He gives pleasure to our senses. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur gives a beautiful example that if you have a bottle of honey, and I can say that this honey is very sweet and very thick and very delicious, then it's only so much talk. But it's not until we put our finger into the jar of the honey and actually taste the honey, then we actually understand what that honey is, how sweet the honey is. So the same way, we can talk about chanting Hare Krishna, and that's a wonderful activity, that's Krishna Katha. But it's only when we actually engage in the chanting process that we get the full realization. So that realization is called Vigyan. We have two things, Gyan and Vigyan. So Gyan means some knowledge, and Vigyan means the realization. So both are important. So for example, let's say we go to the Govinda's restaurant here, and we see the menu. We see so many items are there on the menu. What are some good preparations there? Anybody been there? Spinach pie. Okay, so you see on the menu, spinach pie. Now I have some knowledge also, okay? I have Gyan. I know that spinach pie is on the menu. But it's not till I actually go there and order the spinach pie and Sharirada Vijaja, and then actually taste the spinach pie, then that's realization. So we need both of these things, knowledge and realization. So knowledge will come here in the discussion, but it's not till we actually come together in the association of devotees and engage in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now I will put in a plug for the Friday Harinam Sankirtan party in downtown Melbourne. Anyone has been there, Friday Harinam Sankirtan? Yes, did you like it? Yes, it's amazing. That's a great taste. When we chant together in the temple, that's wonderful. And when we go out and we chant for people who have no opportunity to hear the holy name, and we give them the opportunity, then that gives great ecstasy and happiness to Srila Prabhupada, our Acharyas, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we get reciprocation within the heart. We feel joyful and happy. Yeyatam mam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham. Krishna says in Gita, as you surrender unto me, I reward you accordingly. So this process of Harinam Sankirtan, distributing the holy name, is very, very intrinsic part of the Sankirtan movement, of our mission. Srila Prabhupada gave 7 purposes of ISKCON, and one of them is to teach and practice the Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The verse continuing about how great is Krishna, Satya Swayam Jyotir Aja Puranaha. He's Swayam Jyotir. Swayam means his own, and Jyotir means effulgence. He's self-effulgent. He doesn't need a light like this. He's got his own effulgence. He can create light. He's created everything. Aham sarvasya pravavo, matas sarvam pravartate, iti matva bhajante mam, buddha bhava samanvataha. He's created everything, including the lights. He's unborn and he's changeless. He's the beginning of everything, but he has no beginning. And so he's Govindam Aripurusham Tamaham Bhajami, Govindam Aripurusham Tamaham Bhajami, Govindam Aripurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So he's Aripurusham, he's the original person. He's unborn, he's changeless. And because he has created this cosmic manifestation by his external energy, the universe appears to be created, maintained, and annihilated by him. Nonetheless, he remains inactive in his spiritual energy and is untouched by the activities of the material energy. So, one person was traveling in India and he wanted to find out who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he went around to different temples to see what everyone was doing. And he saw Durga, she has her trident, she's riding on the lion, she's getting ready to fight. And he saw, Ganeshji on the mouse, moving into his different activities, and Shivji in meditation. And then he saw Krishna's playing the flute. And he said, oh, this must be God, because God is just enjoying and playing the flute. So many things Krishna is doing in this material world, but he's doing it by his external energies. He's like the CEO of the company, and there's so many department heads. And the CEO can go on the vacation, and the department heads will work. Srila Prabhupada gives the example that the head of the company can be on a boat in the Caribbean, or Hawaii, or Bali, right? That's the popular vacation spots here. They can go and he can just relax, and he doesn't have to do anything. But the department heads of his company are all active. So in the translation today, Srila Prabhupada writes that he appears to be creating, maintaining, and annihilating, but actually his external energies are doing that. Maya jakshena prakritihi, Maya jakshena prakritihi, suyate sacharacharam, suyate sach, hetunanena konteya, hetunan, jagat vibhar vivartate. That Maya jakshena prakritihi, that Krishna is the ajaksh. Ajaksh is the supervisor. He's supervising everything. And his energies are actually taking care of everything. If you go to a temple in India and you ask who is in charge, you ask for the Mandir Ajaksh, right? Who is the in charge? So Maya Jakshena Prakritihi says, I am the in charge. But we forget these things. We come under the spell of Maya. And that's why Srila Prabhupada quotes this verse also in the purport, that Devi Esha Gunamayi, Devi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Durateya, Mameva Ye Prapadyante, Maya Metam Tarantite. That this material energy is very, very difficult to overcome. But one who surrenders unto me can easily cross beyond it. So we have to surrender to Krishna, and that surrendering process is taking shelter of the bona fide spiritual master. Tadvidhi pranipatena, tadvidhi pariprashnena sevaya, upadekshanti te jnanam, jnaninas tattva darshanaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching spiritual master. Inquire from them submissively. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto us because they have seen the truth. And the emphasis again and again in this Kali Yuga is on Nam Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. The Brihad Narada Purana explains, in this age of Kali, we should chant the holy names, chant the holy names, chant the holy names. There's no other way, no other way, no other way. This Harinam is the greatest gift. Lord Caitanya was together with Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur, and he said that the world is so degraded in this age, Haridas. How can the people of this world be delivered? And then Haridas Thakur, he said that even unconsciously chanting the holy name, one can be free from so many sins and so much benefited. Apana samsmitim goram, apana samsmitim gor, yanama vivishogranan, yanama vivishog, tatatsadyo vimucheta, tataso vimuch, yad bibeti swayam bayam. That even just unconsciously chanting the holy name, that one is free from so many sins, and even fear personified is afraid of the holy name, because the holy name is so powerful. I had an experience when I was on Padayatra. I walked through Holland, Belgium, France, and Spain. And every day we were chanting maybe 8, 10, 12 hours a day. We were walking 10 to 20 kilometers a day and chanting the whole day. And I was just feeling so much ecstasy and bliss in chanting that I was thinking, I can do this the rest of my life with these devotees and be fully happy and satisfied, which is a wonderful feeling, because most people in this world, they have the feeling the grass is always greener on the other side of the street. That this is okay, but I can find something better. But I was feeling, this is it. I'm going to do this the rest of my life and be happy. And I was prepared. The group was walking from Belfast to Moscow. It was a 5-year walk. And I was ready. But then I got an instruction from my spiritual master. Wouldn't you like to go to India and do service there? And I said, sounds good. When should I go? And we were in Spain. And he said, tomorrow. So my life changed drastically. But fortunately, we still have the opportunity to chant and dance in the association of devotees, which makes life worthwhile. And when the spiritual master is pleased, Krishna is pleased. Yasyat prasadad bhagavat prasado yasyat prasadad nagatith kutopi dayam stuvam stasya yasyastri sandhyan vande guru sri charanarvindam. So this is the essence of life, performing bhakti, devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. As Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, Bhakti-mam abhijananti, Bhakti-mam abhijananti, evam yaschasmi tatvataha, that's tatomam tatvato gyatva, tatomam tatvato vishate tadanantaram. Only by bhakti can I be known in truth. And when one knows me in truth, one need not return to this material world, but one returns back to the spiritual world. I'll just conclude by reading the last couple of lines from the purport, having a bit of discussion on those. That Srila Prabhupada concludes the purport by saying, even though the people of the world have forgotten God and may say that God is dead, this is not a fact. One can understand God when one takes to the Krishna conscious movement, and thus one can be happy. So some people say that God is dead, but that is not a fact. There is a famous philosopher named Nietzsche, who was an atheist, and I used to have his book on my bookshelf next to my bed. Fortunately, I received Bhagavad Gita as it is, and I also kept it on my bookshelf as it is. So Nietzsche, there's a famous wall, I believe it's in Germany, maybe on the Berlin Wall. Someone had spray painted some graffiti. God is dead, and signed it, Nietzsche. And then someone else came and also spray painted, Nietzsche is dead. God. Signed it, God. So people can speculate so many things that they want to. But the fact is that Krishna is God. And as we heard in today's verse, Krishna is great in so many ways. The entire cosmic manifestation is the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, who has millions of names and unlimited potencies. He is self-effulgent, unborn, and changeless. He is the beginning of everything, but he has no beginning. Because he has created this cosmic manifestation by his external energy, the universe appears to be created maintained and annihilated by him. Nonetheless, he remains inactive in his spiritual energy and is untouched by the activities of the material energy. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu. Can someone hand Prabhu a microphone?
Maharaj, thank you very much. One question that's on my mind, and I'm sure on the mind of many other people, is when this movement came to the West, when this movement, even before this movement started, we're finding that the West, the world is becoming more turbulent. I mean, we're on the brink of a nuclear catastrophe. And the purports are saying that this is the medicine there, but it doesn't seem that way. You know, the world is actually becoming more turbulent and more disturbed. And you know, our preaching efforts are going on, but how do I develop some faith in that purport that we will save the world? I mean, it doesn't look like we're doing it.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment and your question. Your question, if I understand correctly, is that we in the Krishna conscious movement are doing our level best to spread Krishna consciousness, but it seems that there's so much havoc and chaos in the world that we're not having much impact.
Correct.
Is that your perception?
That's correct.
Yeah? And your question is, how should we view this perspective, and perhaps what should we do about it?
Well, if you could strengthen my conviction in Krishna consciousness and the doubts that are on my mind.
So the doubt is that, does the process of Krishna consciousness actually work? Or is the world going to be saved? Is there Tadvag Viplavo, Janataga Viplavo? Is there going to be a revolution in society or not? We see the world is getting worse and worse and worse, and we're chanting, but it doesn't seem to be having an effect. Why not? What's wrong? What are we doing wrong? And does it really work? Is this your doubt?
It's my doubt.
All right. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. This is the Dadati Pratigrinati Guyam Akiti Prichati, the 6 loving exchanges, sharing the heart, listening attentively and confidentially and sharing the heart. So yes, we have doubts sometimes, and doubts can be cleared in the assembly of Vaishnavas like this, so it's good you're airing your doubts in this kind of assembly. It's a very healthy opportunity. So I can just share my own experiences, that I see that we are winning some small battles, and a series of small battles won will mean that the war can also be won. So it's a one battle at a time, starting with ourselves, right? Gandhi said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." That society is made up of individuals. And I see quite a good number of individuals here today that are very interested in the process of purification, changing their hearts, and the benefit of others. And Srila Prabhupada, he said, if even one devotee becomes a pure devotee, that's like a moon within a galaxy of stars, and that personality can illuminate the entire world. So I see wonderful young devotees coming here. They are children in Krishna consciousness. You know, who knows? One of them may be that moon that we're looking for. And let us also do our best to become the small moon to the best of our capacity. We can be part of the problem, or we can be part of the solution. So we, as you mentioned, there's plenty of problem around, but why can't we at least do our best to be part of the solution? And ultimately it's up to Krishna. Krishna is an all-powerful controller. And if he wants to change the world in a certain way, he'll do it. We're just his little monkey soldiers, like Lord Ram crossing the bridge to Lanka to kill Ravana. It's not that all the little monkeys killed Ravana. Ram did that himself. But Ram gave the monkeys an opportunity to participate in that battle. So also Krishna is giving us an opportunity to participate in that battle, and thus we're benefited. And once again, bringing the point back to Harinam Sankirtan. Out in Melbourne, Harinam Sankirtan on Friday, I saw people who were so fully morose, suddenly hearing the Harinam and coming and chanting and dancing with them. And their life will never be the same. So in this way, we do see the impact is there. As I was discussing with Aniruddha Prabhu last night, he said if we want to make an impact, we have to basically do three things. Number one, more Harinam Sankirtan. Number two, more book distribution. Number three, more prasadam distribution. We're doing the right thing. We just have to keep doing it, and to the best of our capacity, gradually increase. Does that address some of your thoughts, your doubts, Prabhu?
It strengthens it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
My conviction.
What's that?
My conviction. It strengthens my conviction, Maharaj.
Wonderful. Thank you. Having your conviction strengthens my conviction also. We're here to strengthen each other. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yes. Can we have the microphone, please?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the nice class. Maharaj, you mentioned how Lord Krishna is the maintainer, the creator and the annihilator of this whole cosmic manifestation. So I'd like to ask, will there always be a time where there will be some souls left on the material world? Or will there be a time where it's like eternity, all the souls are with Krishna and there won't be a need of the material world? Because I've heard in lectures, for the completeness of Lord Krishna, there is no need of the material world.
Okay, let me see if I understand your question. Because I'm going deaf in my old age, I can't hear everything clearly. You mentioned that Krishna as the creator, annihilator, and destroyer. Just to maybe clarify a little bit, that in the verse today, we say, Srila Prabhupada writes, he's the beginning of everything, but he has no beginning. Because he has created this cosmic manifestation by his external energy. So he's not doing it personally. His external energy is creating the material world. The universe appears to be created, maintained, and annihilated by him. So it's his external energy is doing the creation, maintenance, and annihilation. It appears to be created by him, but it's his external energy doing that. And just to clarify that. Then to continue your point, you're wondering what happens to the souls after annihilation, is that it?
Will there be always a time where there'll be some souls left, or will there be a time in eternity where there won't be a need of the material world?
Will there be, this is an interesting question, if I understand you correctly. You're asking, is there ever be a time in this material world where there'll only be a few souls left, right? And then you asked another question that, will there ever be a time when in this material world there are no souls left? Yeah. You mean it's like empty? Material world empty? Closed for business, like that? There was a devotee named Vasudev Datta. And Vasudev Dutt was a devotee of Lord Caitanya. And Vasudev Dutt had a very, very soft heart. And he really felt the pain of other living entities. He's para dukkha dukhi. The devotee sees the pain of others as their own pain. So Vasudev Dutt was seeing the suffering of the living entities in this material world and feeling a burning pain for them. And he wanted to help them. He wanted to help them get out of this material situation. So he went to Lord Caitanya and he said, "My Lord, please hear my appeal. The living entities in this world are suffering so much. It is my desire that you allow me to take all of their sinful reactions on my head and let me suffer in hell eternally so that all of them may be delivered. My Lord, you can do whatever you want. If this is your desire, please allow me to do this." And then Lord Caitanya, he said, "My dear Vasudev Dutt, this is not required. Just because of your pure desire, all of the universe will be free from the living entities. If there's so many universes, just like if there's a big bag of mustard seeds, if one mustard seed is lost, what is the loss?" So then Mahaprabhu said, "And anyway, as soon as these living entities leave this universe, more will come and fill up the universe again." So there's plenty of jivas, plenty of living entities around. So according to this message of Caitanya Charitamrita, there will always be an endless stream of living entities. Of course, if you become a very good preacher, you may deliver the whole world. I wouldn't be surprised. Haribol. But according to Caitanya Charitamrita, there will always be some souls coming here to participate in the material universe. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, last point.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the nice class. Can you please throw more light on he remains inactive in his spiritual energy?
Okay. More light on inactive in the spiritual energy. Just to read this section again, he's the beginning of everything, but he has no beginning. Because he has created this cosmic manifestation by his external energy, the universe appears to be created, maintained, and annihilated by him. Nonetheless, he remains inactive in his spiritual energy and is untouched by the activities of material energy. By inactive, my understanding is he's not doing any work. Like this example of the CEO taking a vacation on a yacht, on a big boat in the Caribbean, and all of his workers are working so hard, but he's just getting a suntan, right? He's inactive. He's just enjoying himself. He's not working. All this creation, maintenance, annihilation business is being handled by his energies, and Krishna is just Venam Kavantam Aravindam Aladaya Taksham. He's just playing his flute and enjoying in the spiritual world. Does that answer your question?
Yep, thank you.
Very nice. Thank you so much. My sincere gratitude to everyone for coming this morning and giving your association, giving us an opportunity to strengthen our convictions together. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anyone who wants some Nisinga oil, I have a good collection. Please come. Thank you. Hare Krishna.